My dear subscribers, how you doing? Having an awesome day? Okay, all right. So here we have a few point of view, a few things of awareness, and also what the organization point of view will be. What will be mandatory afterwards, not for now, but during the 28 weeks, we're going to give updates for each country. But for now, you have to make your own decision according to your past practices and where you're going to, okay? So here I talk about a few different things. Please evaluate well, the best you can, search online and make a decision. On this short video, we're also going to say a few words about back to school for both hemispheres. Right now in August, the South Hemisphere start beginning of August and the North Hemisphere start mid of August or even end of August, okay? Some schools even beginning of September. So let's be strong and let's implement our peace school in all schools of all countries. All right, that will be a real great gift for our humanity, for our families, our children, ourselves, for everyone with good and healthy practices. So here it is. Thank you so much. And please type everything to each of our handbooks. Thank you. Okay, my friends, good morning. How you doing? Or good evening, who knows, right? When you're watching our videos. Okay, here's Goiana Ferreira and I have great updates for you. Okay, so the first things that we have to see and examine, it's which country you're going to. That's the main thing. Where you're going to be living. You're going to stay at your own country. You're going far away. Where are you coming from and where are you going to? Okay. So for every vaccine, because we have the benefits and we have also the malefics, right? Can be harmful, can be bad. Yes, it can be. But we need them. So we have to examine. We have to be intelligent enough to evaluate both sides and see which ones you need, which ones you don't. All right. So people that are not in a tropical and subtropical country, they have to be really strong, have strong immune system before they arrive and do the best they can. It's a lot of salads, work out every day, really run a lot, already take sun at their own country. Eat supplements, vitamins, minerals, everything they can. They have to sweat, run a lot, because all this be a lot outside. The best as possible. Work in the office, where you working, what you're doing, put your table outside, because you're going to inhale microbes, have good immune system. How is your liver doing? So everything what you were eating before, that also count, because for example, we're not going to have anything Canada anymore, right? North of Russia, all those countries in north of Europe, no Alaska anymore. Okay, so all this counts. If you are from any of those countries, very different. If you were inside all the time, the heater on, most of the time, or if you were a farmer, what you were doing, what you were breathing. You breathing carpet at home, carpet at work, or you were outside. You were a gardener, you were working in a nursery. As I said, if you were working in a farm, what you were doing. Okay, so depend on the professional, the practice you had, that counts a lot. So that's the first thing. The other thing, it's where you going to, which country are you going to, because where we need most teachers and people that speak English for all professions of all types. We need that, right? Because to teach others, even for plumbers, electricians, and installation of solar panel, and also builders, engineers, and engineers. We need all these people on those countries because we are going to teach other people in English. as soon as possible. So adult education gonna need those teachers. People that don't have a university degree, they can teach at adult education if it's needed, right? If there's no others, yes, they can be accepted, okay? And of course, as soon as they enroll at the local universities. And if they already have English and a university course, they're going to be teaching at university because we are going to teach everything in English. Okay, so you're going to take all the vitamins you can, all the raw fruits, vegetables. If you were eating organic, I didn't say that, if you were eating organic or not. So the first thing is what you have been doing before or not, right? Even for wood floor and carpet, yes, it has a huge difference because instead of inhaling dust mites, you are inhaling probably some more fresh air. How many weeks a year or months a year you had your windows open, fresh air coming in, right? All this counts to see how your immune system is. You know how much your liver had to work if you're taking, for example, synthetic medicine for anything, or if you are not taking synthetic medicine at all, right? All this counts. Okay, so you plan which country you're going to. So you're going to contact schools or adult education, those countries. You know, which countries? So we're going, everyone from cold regions are not going to stay close by because make no sense. They have to go to tropical and subtropical countries the best as possible, right? Because that's where we can plant the most food, my friends. That's where we are going to have the most electricity from solar panels, or, you know, it's the most sustainable. We need less land because the food on those countries is going to grow much faster. No snow, no dark sky on winter months, and so on. We already talked about those things. Okay. All right. So you're going to look for a job, right? So you're going to contact those places that can have according to the degree you have. Okay? All right. So if you have great points, you can apply the most as possible because what counts for us is the yes form, right? The peace points for previous practices. Not the current, the present one, but for previous practices is the yes form. Because if any position you see, you're ready to go, my friend. So you have your clear form for health, clear form for dental, all the health, right? Quite many. The dental one, you're ready to go. Okay. All right. So for vaccines, if depending what you were taking, because some people are taking vaccines for everything. And even for flu, and for colds and things like that, you know, they were taking vaccines. And it's not good, okay? So our immune system also grows. But we also have to be careful because we are going to have families from many different countries because we already talk about that. We need to blend ethnicity. We need to blend races, different races. So we need this blend. So for the first year or even 2 years, we have to be careful, really take care of our immune system and check. All right, so you're going to see the country you're going to. You're going to see the problems they have and the problems that they don't have, okay? So you are going to make your own evaluation because we cannot, as an organization, set up for everyone. You know, what we are going to set up is people that will be leaving some countries, they need some vaccines. That we're going to set up. But where you're coming from, what's your background, and where you're going to, that's your decision. Okay? And later, afterwards, when everyone's already in their country, during the 28 weeks, then it's okay. Each country, the university, with the approval of the international headquarters assistant teams for vaccines, and then you're going to say, So if you live on this country, you need this, this, and that, for children and for adults. If you live on this other country, even that is in the same continent, because some countries have different problems, from polio, meningitis, and all these other sexually transmitted disease and all these things. We have different problems in different countries, okay? All right. So to move, you're going to make your own evaluation. As soon as you are already on the new country, then you're going to see what's established. And also, you need, we are going to offer how long from one vaccine to another, because we cannot give too many vaccines to a person. We need, some can be combined and some cannot. Okay? All right. So that list we are going to give as soon as we start the 28 weeks. Soon after that, the best as possible, we need proper professionals and talk over and over with not only allopathic doctors, right? But also with natural doctors, because we know if we are in the same area, that's no problem. Like we know in Waldorf schools, they don't have, many families are not vaccinating their children, teens. But that's different because they are in the same neighborhood, they're in the same area, in the same state. It's different than move to countries that gonna have people from many other countries. You see the difference? Okay. Some people, they're very good, they don't have worms, they don't have lice, they don't have anything. And some people, some countries, they don't even have proper toilets for their families. They share toilets with other families. Toilets are outside, not even cleaned properly. Okay? So we have to get all these items in consideration. Okay? All right. With HIV, what we are going to do, it's people cannot have a partner when they're teens if the other person does not have. That's already decided. And what we are going to do, it's people we're going to have, or at the Peace app, or at I think at the website. People can search at their own school, at their own educational site, if the person they're interested in. For example, a teen became a teen, need to have a partner, right? So we're going to have a list. Yes, why not? We have to be clear who has and who does not have, because we have to end bad things in our planet. That's it. That's the only way. And who has HIV, they can marry, but they cannot have children. 14 years old, if they have HIV, they already get operated. They can only have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, of course, of the opposite sex. And if they have, the other have. If they don't, they don't. Okay? Now, to marry, if they're already in university, if they're 20 years old, then it's different. If they want to marry a person that does not have, if they make a written agreement, that's different. They cannot have children. Okay? Because on the future, going to be less and less and less. So maybe going to be one here, one there. We need people to get married. That's very important. So for HIV, that's how we're going to end HIV. 14 years old, have HIV, done. If they're born with HIV, that's different. They already go to the Life Renovation Program, because we are not having newborns, now during these 28 weeks. And mothers that are not pregnant, they're already going to get operated. Everyone 14 years old and older with HIV going to get operated, so they won't have children. Okay? And it's forbidden for a person, a teen, to have sexual relation, or adult, or anybody, or elders, anybody that have HIV, and don't tell the other person. Don't look or don't say until we have all this information properly written, will be easily said, and for other diseases as well, not only for HIV, but for other transmitted disease, because some cannot cure. Yes, my friend, very simple, very simple. Gonna be a list. The person put the name there, already have a list. What the person has, or is clear. It's clear. If have, simple. It's not to laugh. It's not to diminish the person. It's not to humiliate anyone, knowing that. Because we need to know if the person is interested on someone else, it's okay. They can get to each other. But those that have problems, going to have others with problems. And people that don't have that problem, don't have that problem. Okay, and for some other sexual transmitted virus, the same way, not only HIV, gonna be a list. The person has. Why? Because when teens or even young adults are looking to see who they want, to get to meet first, get closer. Before they fall in love, they go check the list, they already know. Okay, so the person have HIV, they're going to find someone with HIV. That's simple as it is. Okay, simple as it is. Okay, so for everything, for virus that everyone has, we're already going to have a list, and only people from that educational site can see, because we are going to see, and also for residential communities, because people can, like teens, we motivate teens to get a partner from their residential community, because they're going to be sharing, playtime together, pool time, instead of just being, and it's safer. It's safer for now, because going to have families all over, from so many different countries. So it's safer, at least for these first 2 years. It is very important for people to do the best they can to meet someone from their own neighborhood. Okay? So it's easier for them. Parents are outside, they're going to plant gardens. Saturday morning, they're going to be together. They go to the pool, they go to the pool. They go to the beach, the rivers that are safe, and so on. Okay. All right, so now let me say a few words about aluminum and mercury, right? Because some people talk so much about, this vaccine has mercury, this has aluminum. Vaccines in many countries has improved a lot. So some of them do not have aluminum anymore, and some do not have mercury anymore. We know that cilantro, for example, take mercury out of the body. But then the person can say, how an infant gonna have mercury from vaccines, right? And then how gonna take out the body? The mother gonna eat cilantro every single day, 4 times a day, the same way. We know in Amazon, people that live by the rivers full of mercury, they don't have mercury in the body. How that happens? They eat cilantro, and a lot of it, and every day, because they eat mercury. Is proven now. So cilantro take mercury and other things as well, but mercury is proven, take mercury out of the body. The mother gonna breastfeed that baby. That mother is already taking cilantro during pregnancy, so gonna have a good immune system. That baby gonna born healthy and be healthy. And that mother gonna breastfeed the most as possible for those 2 years, because we need some vaccines, my friends. We need. With all this sharing, families from all over the world, and going exactly to the countries that have most problems, right? Tropical countries, until we have a lot of herbs planted. That's what it is. We need vaccines now. Okay. What the organization also will say is which countries we need, which vaccines we need now in each country, and which vaccines we need in 5 years, in 10, 15, 20, and then after that, less and less until we don't need them anymore. One day we have to be independent. Okay, so let me talk. So that's a few words about mercury, right? So some people say, cause dementia, aluminum cause dementia. mercury causes dementia. If you see some countries, yes, they can be related, but also for people that are not exposed to outside. For example, in Brazil, a lot, many, I don't know how many percent of families in Brazil until a few years ago use aluminum pans, and they did not have, and some still, they don't have the conscious that they need to use wooden spoons or bamboo spoons. What they use, they use aluminum spoons to cook rice and to fry things or to cook anything, vegetables, anything. They scrape the aluminum pan over and over. What happens? All those people have a lot of aluminum, right? But in Brazil, you don't see that much clinics as we see in the United States. In the United States, we see clinic here in Florida for dementia problems all over. Every few blocks is one. If you see here in South Florida, people come from cold countries to stay their later years in those clinics. They have high levels of dementia, Alzheimer, and everything else you can imagine on that area. But in Brazil, people go out a lot, they walk a lot, they take a lot of urban buses, they are not in family cars that often, they sweat because all this movement, they renew cells, they're breathing, they're inhaling microbes, they take a lot of sun. So we have active life in Brazil in different ways. We see a lot of people go to different places, so in cold countries, that's my understanding up to the moment. In cold states, United States, for example, I don't know about Canada, but I know about United States because we have a lot of clinics here. In my county, it's a simple county. It's not overgrown, it's not overpopulated. There's a lot of clinics here. And some charge really a lot of it. Okay, so what happens? People with all these problems. And in Brazil, people are active. They make love more often. They take buses, as I said. They walk more often. They're outside all the time, So all this make the cells to renew. And we also eat a lot of vegetables. Now fast food in Brazil, it's really a lot of it. But until 1 or 2 decades ago, it was just a little bit. Yes, 2 decades ago in the city I came from was just one here, one there. Very seldom, very rare to find one. People need to go far away. Now it's different. It's all over. This last 20 years, a lot changed in Brazil and other countries that never had fast food before. Now they had fast food all over. But here in the United States, they have fast food for a long time. Processed food. In Brazil, people still give value to food, homemade food, until about 10, 20 years ago, now it's different. People also order a lot of fast food. But all these things count, my friends. So we cannot say just that. Aluminum causes dementia. Or mercury from vaccines causes dementia. We cannot say that, okay? Or Alzheimer. Or have children problem. Because what we need. But we have to see how these children are growing during pregnancy. Are they having breast milk? Like many countries, many tropical and subtropical countries, what babies have? Breast milk. But in the United States, what they have? Formula. But the studies, is hard, my friends, to examine everything. I'm just giving some things for you to examine, for you to think about. And here they motivate, babies, because I had my babies here. If you see mothers having any problem breastfeeding, what they do? They give formula right away at the hospital. They don't even make sure the mother, look, you have to try a little bit more. You have to try. They already give formula and for free. because the companies want babies, mothers, to already get addicted to it. Have easy, have cheap, get used to it. It's practical. And they talk about breast that falls apart, falls down. You should give formula. Yes, the companies target mothers. Those mothering magazines. Yes, so we have to be careful, my friends. But in tropical and subtropical countries, what they do, they have no money for formula, for baby formula. What they do? They breastfeed. So we have many strong children. We have other problems. We have malaria. We have other things. Okay? All right. So what also cleans aluminum is green leafy vegetables. So how many times you're going to eat? 4 times a day. Raw and cooked, raw and cooked, raw and cooked. Instead of flour, instead of bread, instead of pizza, instead of fast food, what you're going to eat? Leafy vegetables. Mothers are breastfeeding until their babies are 2 years old. What they're eating? Healthy food. No bread, no gluten, nothing that clogs the guts, right? So we are eating healthy, my friends. Lots of broccoli, raw and cooked. Cucumbers, raw. Kale, raw and cooked. Spinach, raw and cooked. Celery, raw. Sprouts, cooked. And arugula, raw. Okay? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna focus on boosting our immune system, but we need vaccines. Okay? All right. And the list of every 5 years, from the organization, 28 weeks or so, because I can't promise you, because that we need a cared evaluation. But during the 28 weeks, we are going to offer that list. Okay? All right. So now, the shoes, we made a new rule. The shoes will be 2 years mandatory use for everyone until 2 years of the organization launching day. Why? Because as I said, we have people from all countries. We have people that have diabetes, they don't know they have diabetes. Some people are carrying the virus, tetanus, for example, or some other, they don't even know they have that. So some places have worms from animals, like some countries, they drink water from the rivers that the animal feces are right there. They pee and they poo right there where people. In Africa, you see quite a lot of it. Families in rural areas drinking bad water, a lot of bad things, a lot of bad bacteria. So we're going to use 2 years. Why is that? Because 2 years, we have enough time to also take care of the soil, take care of people. People are going to be healthy and strong. So no one going to have diabetes anymore because, or they already went to the Life Renovation Program, or they cured themselves. In 28 weeks, we are not selling medication for diabetes anymore. So everybody gonna have one option. Treat diabetes, okay? And we can do it. It's proven. Like people became vegan, and eating really plant-based, right? Not vegan, fast food-based. Because that's a big difference between vegan people. We don't need to be vegan. The main thing is that we're not going to eat farm animals that have a lot of hormones, a lot of antibiotics, okay? That's the difference, my friend. So, we can treat cholesterol, we can treat diabetes, we can treat all these things. We're going to work out every day and work to run. Even people that are very obese, we're going to help them, right? They have to lose their weight, they have to eat healthy, start walking, more. Yes, that's the only way. Before the end of the 28 weeks, all the obese people can have their operations, right? To tuck in their skin excess of fat even can be taken out, for those that reach a good amount, because we have to see where the person is and where to achieve. Everyone gonna take a lot of sun, so no one gonna be eating too much, no one gonna be eating fast food loaded with synthetic pesticides, synthetic herbicides, right? Hormones and antibiotics. So people gonna be healthy, right? We are going to eat, it's optional to eat mammals, right? Mammals. Instead of this piece of the cow, that piece of the cow, or people eat, people that want to purchase the soft meat of calves. Goodness, oh Lord, where is our good heart of our humanity? Have those calves trapped that they cannot even run, so they won't evolve muscles, so they can sell those calves soft meat for a good price. It's unbelievable what people have been done along the years, along the centuries. Unbelievable, right? And have the animals trapped, and hormones, antibiotics, eating the worst food you can imagine, right? Even some countries, they mix even other animals, bones from other animals, then we have other problems. All right, so nothing of that gonna happen anymore. We're not going to have farm animals anymore, my friends, okay? So we're gonna eat what we have now. We have to eat chicken and eggs. That's mandatory. It's not mandatory for people to eat now the ones are sold from the animal factories. That's optional. Because as I said, a lot of them have a lot of hormones given to them and antibiotic. So that's not mandatory to eat from animal factory, but it is mandatory as soon as we have our own chickens grown with sun exposure, free range, happy and free, eating healthy things, then it's mandatory. And eat their eggs as well, okay? For each community as soon as they have that, all right? And it's optional for now, okay? So all mammals gonna be labeled as mammals. So the tag gonna be mammals from farm animals and mammals from the wild. Why is that? Because it is optional for people to choose if they want farm animals. They can eat, because some people are already eating. And it's fine, doesn't harm them, because they are eating other good things that cleans. As I said, cleans antibiotic, even hormones, cleans from the body, right? They run, they sweat, they work out, they make love, they eat a lot of salad or dark greens and things like that. So they're cleansing their body daily. But some people don't. They eat fast food and do nothing. They sit on their couch and watch TV or on the cell phones, and they don't work out, they don't sweat, they don't do all these good things. Okay. So I already talked about the green leafy vegetables we are going to eat that cleans aluminum. So we can have. So don't worry about aluminum in your body. Buy cilantro, plant cilantro, and keep eating cilantro every day. Very simple, okay? All right. So the mercury as well. Make your study, but it's better than have a problem. Imagine a child, a teen, have meningitis or have a polio, So examine the count you're going to, take your vitamins, but also keep sweating, keep working out, keep eating these dark greens I said, cilantro every day, and we are healthy to go, okay? All right. So, for example, let's say a few words about tetanus, right? So we are safe for 2 years. We're going to use shoes, because the worst of tetanus can be found not only from rusted nails, as many people think. We can have tetanus from sweat, from feces, from urine, from skin, from nails that are not clean, from hair, from semen and semen as well. Okay, so tetanus, it's all over. The same as other disease, it's many places. Okay, but why some people don't get them? Because they're healthy, they're in the environment. So what we are having, for example, like groups of people, some communities, or like, as I said, some other schools, or even some countries, they don't give as many vaccines, but they are doing healthy practices. They're outside, they have sun exposure, they inhale positive microbes, and their lands don't have so much Roundup as here. In South Florida, is Roundup everywhere, my friends. From schools, residential communities, parks, and even commercial sites. It's Roundup, 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 and Roundup. People here, even that we have a lot of fresh air from the ocean, it's a lot of Roundup all over. Even in schools, I saw here in the United States, the children didn't even leave campus. They were already spraying Roundup. I went to a park, I saw a man spraying Roundup very close to me. I was drinking water. I came to him and said, "Are you spraying Roundup? Didn't you see? You saw me right here." He saw me when he was passing. I just didn't know what he was doing, but he was working for the county. So it's unbelievable, my friends, what people are doing, Roundup, when you spray, you can even, the people that are not used to it can taste it on the tongue. Yes, because I have experience in previous years. You can taste right there. In a few minutes, you taste Roundup in your tip of your tongue. So bad it is. But some people are used to it. It's here in South Florida, I know that. I saw people spraying Roundup without proper mask, because when the wind comes, the drops, what they say? They say the drops go down, but we know that wind can carry the drops away before they go down and evaporates, my friend. So it's Roundup all over. The other thing that we have really bad, even here in the United States, are the peanuts that are grown with chemicals. Amazing. It's many chemicals, and they are all over because like peanut butter here in the United States, they eat a lot of it. Oh, it's protein. Oh, it's loaded with heavy metals and things. My friends, if you were eating peanut butter that was not organic and not GMOs, so just increase your cilantro. Plant a lot of it, a lot. So we need communities full of cilantro in all countries, because I believe that cilantro can take many heavy metals. I have no proof, it's just an idea, because my friends, if cilantro can clean mercury, I'm sure it can clean other heavy metals that are lighter. Lighter is a term of saying, than mercury. So cilantro is a blessed medicine from God. My friends, we need all over in all countries, and a lot of it. And all the other herbs as well, because the herbs combine, that's what we need to boost our immune system. Not only cilantro, we need colorful salads. Remember, our salad is going to need what? 15 and 20 different things. That's 4 times a day. So, for the first year, maybe even for the 2 years, but for the first year, for sure, we're gonna have 4 salads a day. Okay? And I'm thinking if we need that for 2 years as well, okay? But for 1 year from the organization launching day, for sure, for us to really boost the immune system. Let's do 2 years. Yes, let's do 2 years. Mandatory. 2 years. It's 4 salads a day, including vacation days. Because that idea for vacation days, you can eat a little salad, or 2 a day, that's for after, okay? All right, so for 2 years, mandatory, so we're gonna really boost the immune system, really boost the immune system. School day, vacation days, how are we gonna do it? 4 salads a day, colorful salads a day. What is that? At least 15 different items. All right? Okay. When I mention things that we can cook, will be the ones that you have overgrown. Okay? You're not going to cook, of course, if you have a little bit of it, because we have seasons, right, for different things. So raw is mandatory. Share a little bit, that's what you're gonna eat. Okay? And what the ones you have a lot of it, okay, being even weeds, if it's organic, all right, and all these other ones I said, to cleanse our body, cleanse our liver, because we know that the liver can renew, right? The liver can grow and cure the damaged part. Why some people have problems on the liver then? Because they're not taking care, they're not doing anything to treat their liver, right? So, for example, people that eat a lot of synthetic medication, right? So, people that have a lot of synthetic medication, what happens? If they're running, if they're working out, probably they not even have synthetic medication, right? Okay, so that's how, if they're eating salads, they're eating leaves, a lot of vegetables, right? Because some families grow already like that, give value to home food that do not have preservatives and things, because we know many, even fish, meat, they put things in it to maintain, depends on the country. So depends on the country. They have some habits, and give value to home food is really amazing, because as I said, in quite a few countries, the food, even restaurants, I'm not even talking only about fast food, because on fast food we already know they put things, they grind that meat, sometimes even cartilage go with it. And of course, all the chemicals those animals ate and the stress those animals went before they were killed and everything else. But I'm talking about restaurants. Restaurants as well, they purchase ready food. What they have in it? They have a lot of synthetic preservatives, right? They have synthetic coloring, a lot, even for farm fishing, for example. Some people say farm tilapia is healthier because they don't have mercury. Wrong, depending which farm you're talking about, you cannot generate information. The same county, the same state can have bad farms and good farms, but depend on the farmer, because some farmers clean the water over and over, give good food. And in the same state might have farmers that purchase the worst food they can find. They don't change the water of those farms. The same tilapia, my friend, from the same county or the same state. So we have to see where food is coming from and the food we're going to raise ourselves. That's what we have to focus, how to clean our body now according to previous practices. And be ready. So our label is already decided. So the chickens and all the mammals from farm animals, just gonna say mammals, farm raised. That's it. Because it takes too much to evaluate if they have antibiotics or not, if they have synthetic pesticides, herbicides on their food or not. And we know some people purchase tags. They are not organic, they say they're organic. Here in the United States, many food, we know just by looking them, they're not 100% organic. We know. We can see people that are used to organic food, we know. Some people, even by the smell, you see that's chemicals. People that eat a lot of natural food, when they go see some bad food, right, with chemicals in salads and things, they smell different, right? Okay. All right. So that's the tags we're going to have. So for mammals, just gonna be mammals, farm raised or wild. That's it. Chickens, right? Chickens are gonna and birds. So for chickens, gonna be birds, right? Okay, so I think we are using the word for mammals. Why is that? Instead of using goat, pig, dog, cow, or the wild animals. Why is that? Because people, we have to get our taste buds, used to what is positive and sustainable. That's it. Because if a person eat a cow, why won't eat a pig? If the person eat a pig, why wouldn't eat wild boar? Why wouldn't eat a dog? Or, so because every country or many countries have different beliefs. Like some places they eat a lot of cow, and some places the cow is sacred. So they all gonna be mammals, my friends, because the main thing is that they are part of the extinction list because they have to born as humans, right? To evolve spiritually. Very simple as that. So in countries, instead of having this and that, mammals, that's it. A simple label, put it there, done. The only difference that's gonna be said, wild or farm raised. Okay, during these 28 weeks, we're gonna have some farms in many countries. After that, we're not going to have any more. Okay? All right, and for birds, we're gonna use the word bird. Why is that? Not poultry. Why is that? Because the word poultry comes from Latin, that means small animals. And some birds, my friend, they are huge, like the ostrich and some others that are part of the extinction list. They're huge. So we're going to use the word bird. Very easy to understand for all countries. That's what we're going to use for now. Okay? All right. So the same way, gonna be bird, farm raised or wild. That's it. Very simple. From turkeys, that's gonna be from both, because we're not going to have turkeys or pheasants or all these other big birds that already are part of the extinction list. And we are not going to have farm animals from any chickens of any time. We're gonna have our own. Okay? And then when it's their own, right? We need a lot. Everyone is mandatory to have chickens, okay? We are also, during the 28 weeks, we are also going to give species that we need a blend and people need to be changing them. Maybe every even year, right? Change a few among them so they won't have the same genetics over and over. We have to blend them with others. So during the 28 weeks, we are going to gather specialists in different areas, right? The ones that used to raise them, and also with people that study about those species, because some places might need more foragers, some places chickens, some places because some are good, they lay good eggs for longer time of the year. So each one have different specialties. So we're going to see what we need the most. Tropical and subtropical countries, what we need. We need those that eat bugs, my friend. Eat bugs and a lot of it, because a lot of snakes, a lot of things. So they're strong. They need to be really strong and start going in the woods, right? Close, and we're going to train them. So we have this little path that they have to pass over, right? Okay. So at schools, educational sites of all types, universities, so they're going to start, we're going to train them, okay? All right, so that's the 2 words we're going to use. Mammal, birds, and reptiles, because we have a lot of alligators and crocodiles. Some people would eat them because that's what they have. You know, some people, that's what they have, that's what they're going to eat. If they want, optional. If people are not purchasing, then they go to become bacteria. They are grinded and sent to be bacteria, right? Because, and we're going to tell how we are going to do that. Okay? Because we need bacteria from lots of fruits planted, and where we are going to put. Not at our edible gardens. No, not meat are not going to our edible gardens, but can go to semi-arid areas, for desert. If people are not purchasing them to eat, we send them out. Okay? But we are also going to grind them with things that we have right now, such as garlic, pepper, natural food preservatives that can maintain them, so people can cook them in different ways at homes, because that is sustainable. If people don't want, we send to, we see how is the volume of people eating that, right? And send, so because people have beliefs and done. All right. Now, what we need to do for animals that are being killed is to evaluate if they're healthy or not. This we have to do, okay? I think the ones, I really don't know which ones can affect and which ones cannot affect. I didn't do a research on that, but we have to study. So for the animals that are sick with rabies and many other things, okay? Because we know, like for example, for the bird flu, the worst of the bird flu, my friends, is not in nature. Happen what? In farms, animal farming, okay? So, but I'm gonna make a research and talk about that. So, this video we are talking about general things, but I want to also complete things about vaccines, right? So, you're gonna choose your own, and you're gonna take the ones that's mandatory. We're gonna make a list afterwards, right? During the 28 weeks, you're gonna take your time, and everyone gonna just do the best we can. All right? So, so for neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer, Parkinson, and multiple sclerosis, I already talked about that. The main thing is to be healthy and have sustainable, healthy practices, okay? Depending what you have before, if you start now, if you start today, that's the main thing, okay? So we're strong and healthy. Need to take vaccines? Take them. You know, because people have many problems before, you know, because they were not taken care, they were not healthy enough, okay? All right. So, and aluminum is not present in live viral vaccines, such as measles, rubella, chickenpox, rotavirus. So people talk so much about aluminum vaccines that's going to hurt their children, but they also, you know, a few that are given to young children don't have aluminum in it, okay? All right. And they are taking aluminum daily from what? From baking powder, cake mix, frozen dough, pancake mix, Self-rising flour, my friends, this is all over in public schools, clinics, hotels, restaurants, fast food. They don't see that, right? So people talk so much about a tiny aluminum in vaccines, and they don't talk about aluminum is still for sale, and a lot of it. A lot. People addictive. Bread, and for free. Churches here in South Florida have bread for free. In many churches, Salvation Army, even thrift stores, there's bread for free. Thrift stores, organizations that help family in need when they are over a situation without money, bread is the first thing you see, and a lot of it. Here we have House of Hope, we have Salvation Army as well, a lot of bread, and we have churches with bread. So it's aluminum in it, a lot of it. Okay? And a lot of those breads from, not everyone, but a lot of those breads have self-rising flour. They have frozen dough. They have pancakes, pancake houses. House of pancake, I'm sure they have aluminum, and it's always full of cars there, people eating those things. Okay? All right. So the other thing is for deodorants, that antiperspirant. Those are very bad. Some people relate them to cancer, breast cancer, and things like that, and problems to infants, right? That mothers that cannot use antiperspirant because they have aluminum and will pass to the infants. My friend, vegans don't use deodorant for years, and they have never problem. People have some problem in the beginning before they, if they don't eat farm animal. I don't know wild animal because I never went to a situation to eat, Rarely in my life I ate red meat. Rarely, very few exceptions my entire life. But I don't know about wild hunt, like healthy animals. But we know that people, when they have bad sweat, smells bad, they put a little lemon a few times, done. Vegan people do not have smells, do not have fungus. Some people purchase talc and purchase this and that, and socks that don't get a smell when, they go for the worst, they spend so much money, and they're not taking care of their health. They eat worse as it can be. I'm talking about plant-based vegan. I'm not talking about fast food or, restaurant food vegan. I'm not talking about those people because they also had chemicals. It's not because they're vegan. It's a healthy practice. Okay? All right. So, my friends, it's mandatory from this moment on, from notice moment on. You have 5 minutes to put all your deodorants out. Dump them out. Put them in a recycle bin. If they're spray, you have to put in a trash can. Okay? All right. So we already talked about that. Now, let me just say a few words what I just look online. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe not. So, which countries have most Alzheimer and dementia? Which countries? Go look on a map. On this site I saw, was the first one there, it shows Canada, United States, Australia, Europe, North countries, I think Spain was not included, and some African countries. All right, so we know that, some people in Africa, they have so many health problems, and then they get other problems because their immune system are not strong. So let's take the few African countries out of this list. So which ones do you have? For Alzheimer and dementia, Canada, United States, Australia, and North Europe countries. Let's say we are not sure, right? But let's say a combination of facts. What they have in common? What they have in common? They have fast food, right? They do. They have fast food. They have little sun for most of it. They don't have much sun. You know, Florida, Texas, Alabama, South California, those are exception United States for sun the whole year. Exception, my friends, because most of it, you know, from the center of United States and above, they have long winters as well, okay? All right. So, and they also have lots of vaccines. Vaccines for flu advertised all over. Here in South Florida, it's for free. And you go and they start advertising much before winter starts. You know, it's free. It's free. It's free. It's free. They want you to go to this pharmacy. Why? You get the shot for free. You walk on these pharmacies, Walgreens, CVS, and what you do? You purchase some other chemicals they have for sale. Even vitamins that are not natural, they're synthetic vitamins, synthetic minerals, and there goes. So they give one item for free to attract the elders, right? Attract most elders. Elders, what they have? They have money, right? They have income, so they will spend their money with more bad things. Okay? All right, my friends. So we don't see Alzheimer. It's rarely. To tell you the truth, I don't know even one clinic in Brazil. I'm Brazilian and I go there back often. Often I go to Brazil. Every few years I go to Brazil. I used to go more often, but then with my children growing up, you know, they can't miss school. I was not going too often. And here in the United States, here in South Florida, it's all over. And as I said, in Brazil, you know, for decades and decades, I don't even know how long people have been cooking in aluminum pan. All right? Okay. So now let's say a few words about thimerosal. Thimerosal is the mercury in vaccines. Okay, so as the search I made, I don't know if they make a different one, but the search I made is 50% mercury and 50% something else, right? That it's called thimerosal with TH, thimerosal. All right, it's the mercury-based preservative for vaccines. Okay, so they have in most childhood vaccines. Yes, they do. So the TD vaccine, the DT, influenza, meningococcal, meningitis, I think, you know, lung related, and polysaccharide vaccines. Okay, all right. But we also know that they have a lot in seafood. Okay? All right. So we're doing great, my friends. So I'm just telling all these things for you to do your proper evaluations, because if you trust yourself that you're going to eat healthy, work out, take sun as soon as you know which get this notice, right? At your own country, and then you give 4 or 8 weeks to move to this new country, I'm sure you're going to be fine. And also, of course, take a lot of spirulina, chlorella, everything you have handy. Natural vitamins, not the synthetic ones. Natural vitamins. So you're going to arrive, my friends, I'm sure, healthy and strong, and you're going to be there even healthy and strong. Okay? All right. So if you're looking for a job, make sure to ask. Please plant a lot of cilantro. You're going to need, and we will need as well. So when you arrive, you're going to already have cilantro. And while you're still at home, grow, because even that they're 10 centimeters tall, they can be eaten. Cilantro, you can eat cilantro at any stage, 5 centimeters, 10, 20, 30 centimeters. Eat a lot of cilantro. Okay? All right, my friends, I really appreciate your attention, your cooperation, and let's work united, be healthy and strong, and I see you soon. Okay, I just have a few more things, my friends, for us to evaluate. For example, here in Florida, right, They ask all the shots, when you ask which one is mandatory, which one is not. And parents that want to sneak out, they just say that's for religious purpose. Even that's not, but that's how they say. Okay, so they ask for shots. You go to public schools, right? They ask for shots. And then since those babies are born, it's shots every year, almost every year. They have a little break, I think, on a 5th and 6th grade. Between 5th and 6th grade, they have a little break of shots. But then for 7th graders, they ask for more shots. Okay. What I want to say is that, my friends, I taught a lot in different schools. I was a substitute teacher, right? And I went to many different schools here in South Florida. Okay, what they do? They don't wash hands. You never hear a teacher talking about washing hands. Never. Sanitizer, they don't focus on that. And to talk about nail washing is something that you never hear. But their food, it's all packed. Oh, it needs to be perfect. Cannot have germs. Cannot have this, cannot have that. But fast food. And they allow, what they allow? They allow Friday popsicles, ice cream, right? That's loaded with hydrogenated fat and artificial coloring, because I saw with my own eyes. And what those parents do, oh, my girl, oh, my boy, here, $1 for Friday popsicle, right? But I've seen they're the worst you can have, and of course, otherwise they won't be sold for $1. Here in the United States, no, if they were good quality ice cream, they won't be sold for $1 as well. Okay, so, but for us to have a garden, an edible garden, my friends, I talked to about 10 different school principals, not 1 or 2, my friends, about 10, because I used to teach in all these schools. You know what happened? None of them said, yes, Goiana, let's do it. None of them. Okay, from all those schools, I'm telling you, do you know how many have an edible garden? 2. And you know how big? Okay, I tell you how big. A few meters long. One of them in Palm City was just like maybe 5-6 beds right there. Other time I went there was nothing. The other time was just a few tomatoes, a few things. And the one here, J.D. Parker, they do have for a few years, but it's very small. It's not for the whole school. My friends, we have about 400 students on those 2 schools. No gardens, no edible gardens for everyone. They come in the afternoon, in a club. I talk to teachers. I send emails to teachers. I invite teachers, even high school. I invite teachers from the preschool, elementary, elementary, I invited. Middle school, invited teachers and the principal. High school, I invited the principal, I invited vice principals, other people from administration and teachers. No one said yes. No one. But go see how many of those same schools still let their children bring medicine for ADD, medicine for ADHD. How many cases of ADHD they have? How many cases of depression they have in middle and high school? Anxiety problems. No, you go to a therapist. No, let's hire more psychologists. Let's get more programs, more online programs. They know nothing about education. They know nothing about children and teens. I send emails to the Florida Department of Education quite a few times. You know, that the main person is the governor. I send emails to the governor. I don't even ever know if he received those emails I sent. I offered myself to give, you know, to implement here in Florida. I send those emails. I work hours, days and days and hours to make a plan. And I offer to the Department of Education of the whole Florida to implement this garden program. For a few years, my friend, I'm trying this. Few years, about 6 years, 5 years or so for sure. Nothing had happened. Nothing. I talked to a private school. Nothing. When I was working afterwards, I talked again to another private school. Nothing. They don't want that. But fast food, on the go. Cow's milk, on the go. You go to public school, you see these big advertisements hung on their auditorium where the children work out as well. They have a lot of machines. When I used to work on that public school, oh yes, all over, but they don't tell their children. They just advertise to purchase milk, to consume milk, cow's milk. What cow's milk have? A lot of casein, deteriorates the bones. Calcium, which calcium? Because if they have casein, so it's 1 for 1 is nothing. They don't talk about sesame seed. They should be talking about sesame seed for calcium, right? Sun exposure for calcium. Sun exposure, just be outside and play, right? No, they do the other way around. They cut you off. Oh, don't work here anymore, you know, because they just want to sit down and do the list. So I talk here, my own county, I talk to the person in charge of food, you know, the person in charge of food, what she did, nothing. I sent her emails. I talked to her a year later. You know what happens? Nothing, my friends. I talked to the person, the nutritionist in charge of the whole county. You know what she said? They said, look, please, I told her, don't put whipping cream that has hydrogenated fat on the top of fresh fruit. You know, we cannot do that. Yes, but they will eat. You know, it's a garnish. They will eat. It's to invite them to eat. No, all wrong. I offer here the county, you know, department here, to offer a program at the Golden Gate, to start a program at their park. Not once, a few times. I was months working for the Golden Gate community because a lot of people from Guatemala, people from Mexico, and a few others. Very few Americans there. But on those countries, they come from healthy families. They arrive in the United States, fast food, and WIC. The WIC program, right? Cheese, a lot of cereals with sugar, a lot of cheese with casein and antibiotics from cows, get people addictive. You see, it's a rise, high level obesity. Here, Golden Gate right here. And I offer again last year. No, what happened? Nothing. Between last year and this year, I made another offer. I talked to them a few times, my friend, to different people. They don't care. I talked to the lady in charge of this program. They are doing there, the Golden Gate, a path, a line of a path to implement a bicycle route, a bicycle place there. I said, look, let's implement edible garden there. We can plant, we can invite the families, we can send letter, we can knock doors, door by door. You know what they did? Nothing. No one said yes, Goiânia. No one. And the years are passing, people are still sick. And then people on vacation days, you know, I offer, before vacation, I offer here the county, I offer to many schools, private schools, and I offer also to New York County and here, Florida, to offer a public, to offer a summer camp for public schools. They said, no, go to the recreation. We don't offer. Oh, closed, nobody there. Gonna happen? Children gonna go back to school. Oh, again, ADD, ADHD, depression, anxiety, and all these problems. Why? Everyone inside their homes. And people that you go to Boys and Girls Club, everyone inside in the dark. They don't even have large windows. You go to IMCA, everyone inside most of the time. You go to everywhere for the summer camp, there are a lot inside. No sun, no games, there are media, video, screen time. They have their own cell phones, right? So they go to summer camp. Oh, they can join this or that if they want. They go outside if they want. They plant gardens if they want. My friends here, YMCA in Stuart, you know what they say? Oh, we have a great gardening program, right, for all our students. Yes, call them. You can call them. Yes, that was what? About 2 months ago. Call them. And then I talked to a teacher there. You know what she said? We are not allowed to touch. We're not allowed. That garden belongs to House of Hope, an organization, non-profit organization that have the garden here to help families in need. Families in need. They don't have a job, All wrong. I offered to House of Hope. I don't know how many times I offered to House of Hope. Look, make it. These families that have food, it's okay, give them food. They're having a situation with work for a few months until they have their next job. It's okay. But make it mandatory for them to come. No, they don't let me go there. They're afraid to lose their jobs, right? Because a few jobs going to be gone if I start the garden there. They just have 2, 3, 4 volunteers. 2, 3, 4 volunteers. You go to the House of Hope garden that they have inside the YMCA. What happened? 1, 2 volunteers, The families are not mandatory to attend. But they get food, fast food, and milk and bread, and fast food. Okay? So, my friends, we need to renew. And I need your help because we are here for God practices. Evil practices on this planet Earth are gone, are done. And I need your help for us to have dignity in our lives, for us to have dignity in our practices. Okay? All right. We are free. Free for who? Free for what? Free for God practices. That's what we are. Okay? All right, my friends. So I really appreciate your attention. And let's renew our ear. Let's renew. If you're an owner of a school, if you work at a school, public school, private school, please already talk about our program. And I already said it's mandatory. Why is mandatory? Because we need to implement God practices in our planet. And not support farmers and processed food companies to be selling their food for no price and be giving food with a lot of sugar to our children, a lot of synthetic coloring, synthetic chemicals in it, synthetic preservatives, and what we can say? Nothing. Parents in public school can say nothing. Parents that cannot afford a private school is very expensive in the United States. Very, very expensive. Very, very expensive if you cannot afford or if you don't work there. That's what happens. So we cannot have that, And people don't want. So people that didn't agree, they have to lose their jobs. Very, very simple. Very, very simple, Because those people, they have power on their hand. But that, what we call? We say that abuse of power. Abuse of power. because people talk a lot of being corrupt. They stole this money, that money from this country, that country. They did this, they did that, and this and that. But many times they don't talk about what's essential for life. What's essential for life? Health. Essential for life is being free with our minds for good practices, not for evil practices. You go to public schools here, my county, Martin County. They have camps, advertisements, a bunch of it for all bad things. They have video games, they're allowed, but about my classes, no, you're not approved. Sorry, you're not approved. I've done that before, my friends. A few years ago, I tried. I try now the edible garden with games, outside practices, with parents. No, you cannot do it. But for those companies, here, and bring home. My son brought home. I'm telling you, that's still doing that for years. They have been doing that because I know. I was teaching there. I was a substitute teacher there. Here, Martin County. So I saw children bringing home a lot. Oh, picture day. All right, let's take picture. And they take picture even that you don't authorize and try to sell you after. They have pictures of everyone, even that you don't authorize them. Yes, they have pictures. You don't have to purchase, but they take pictures. Take pictures, yes. No, but I saw them taking pictures, class teacher pictures, and these pictures. Anyways, so about fast food and those video games, these summer camp video games. Oh, and they are bad. Oh, they are bad, even on advertisement. They have Minecraft, they have anime, they have all this sort. Minecraft. Oh, you have to see how bad they are. Anime, right? Okay, they put their children addicted to it and they send computers home. I talked to the principal, I talked to the class teachers. They keep sending laptops home. They want to keep track of all those children, what they do, what they don't. They make them addictive. What children do? Oh, every free time they have, you think they're going to play outside? No. They have their tablet, my friend. They have their tablets, right? Their computers sent home. They don't have time to play outside. A middle school student study from 9 o'clock to 4. So they get their bus about 8 something. They're there, the bus stop. They come home about 5 p.m. You think they take sun? Where they take sun? From Monday to Friday, they cannot take sun because they come home. By the time they eat a little something, right, drink some water, rest 5 or 10 minutes, go outside, there's almost no more sun. In the morning, how they going to take sun? Oh, yeah, they take sun if they walk from their homes until the bus stop, right? That's how they take sun. Those 5 or 10 minutes they're walking. Because at school, a lot of classes I've seen, my friends, they're inside the gyms. And how much PE class they give? Almost nothing. The least as possible, because I've seen with my own eyes. I sub for those classes. I sub for PE in different elementary schools. And I sub for PE in high schools. Oh, I have a headache. Oh, it's okay, you can sit down. Cell phone on their hands. Oh, I have a bellyache. Oh, I have cramps from a period. Oh, you can sit down. Cell phone. They don't even talk to each other. Everyone. Many, maybe 50, 40, 50. I think once I count, I don't even know, was 80 or 90 students, high school students, sitting inside the gym on their cell phones. Doing nothing. They're not even working out to make their blood circulate. Oh, I have a cramp. Oh, I have this, I have that. Sit, and it's okay. If you're going to say something, you know what they do? They cut you from that school. They cut you off, So, my friends, We have to be strong for health. From food to table, we need our gardens, and you gonna help. If you are a teacher in any private or public school, if they don't accept this program, you're gonna convince the families to don't go. You're gonna convince other teachers to don't go. You're gonna convince the staff members, you're gonna convince the principal, you're gonna convince everyone from that school to don't go. That's the only way, my friends. Or they accept this program, sign it, that they accept, or no one is going to school. If you're a bus driver, you don't go to work. You resign. Very simple. You resign if it's needed. And help me to open the peace schools. There's plenty of places available here in South Florida. There's plenty of places available in all countries. In Brazil and here, we need to start this piloting program. Say, here, Goiânia, I have enough money for many months to live sustainable because we're going to have our food. If the person own their home, simple. Because even the community HOA fees can be done to nothing, you know. Why? To pay 100,000 to landscape company to do what? Plant new bushes and put Roundup. Plant new bushes and plant Roundup. Plant new bushes because they get bad, right? They don't grow. And fertilize, synthetic fertilizer on our lawn. Synthetic fertilizer, we don't need that. So instead of paying 200, 300, 500 HOA for community fees, monthly fees, what you're going to pay? Nothing. You're going to pay nothing. You're going to implement our gardens. Okay? All right, my friends, I really need you. If you live in a community, you're going to convince the board members to apply this program. Have the 10 department directors. 10 department directors and not one manager that say what they want that they don't. And I was invited for the meeting here at Kingman Acres. I was invited for a special meeting. I was so happy to be there to implement this program. Start the way we could, motivate, inspiring the elders to plant. Even that we know that some of them are old, they cannot bend, they can sit in chairs, be outside, and talk about the program. Because for many years, I did my master's many years ago, you know, working and learning, and I always keep searching up, you know, and then one manager, you know, that probably never studied about anything about health and well-being, you know, all right, thank you, bye-bye, I have to leave. You know, or here at my own community, how many times I try to talk to the manager, a manager that don't even try, I think never even pass the message to the owners. I'm almost sure, I cannot say 100%, but I never had a feedback from her. She's here for a few years. The first time I asked for August, 1 year ago, was August 2021, the first time. I asked her, look, let's implement gardens. I already have many families, many people I talk to. I think I have about maybe 100 people here from Harbor Cay. She never even tried. But Roundup, it's still going on. Roundup, lawn, synthetic pesticides, synthetic herbicides, keep going. Okay, so my friends, I need your help. Let's convince our neighbors. Let's convince the property owners. Let's convince managers, staff members, everywhere. Depending where you work. And come to me, say, Goiânia, I'm ready. I can help you. I have enough money for a whole year. I own my house, and that's it. That's all I need from you. All I need. If you do their paperwork, start your paperwork, you know, because we have to be healthy. We have to be up to date. Because you're going to help a lot. I say, Goiânia, you can count on me. I'm going to start helping at home while I complete my teeth treatment or while I complete my health treatment or whichever you need. You have to be healthy. Take everything it's needed first, okay? And then when I'm ready. I own my house. I don't need money, I don't need to work for one whole year. Because my friends, we can live with a few dollars a month. That's what I have been living for long time. I work as a sub just to have the basics to pay a half of my rent because I share my roommate, to purchase my organic food because I never give up on that. Rarely I purchase things that are not organic. If I need some protein like lentils or beans, rarely. But most of it is organic all the time, over and over. But that's a few dollars. I purchase the least clothes I need, the least shoes we need, the least we need. So I need couples, I need people that are ready to embrace this. Say, Goiana, I'm ready, I can help you. I can help you home, I can help in person, I can help to advertise to other countries. Just tell me how you can help, all right? How you can help. So as soon as you do these basic things, you go there, family registration, you send me one email with all your documentation and tell me, I'm a volunteer, I can help 2 hours a day, I can help 5 hours a day. Because some people, even they have infants. The infants go to bed for a nap, right? Infants, toddlers, they go to nap, right? Okay? So let's do this united, my friends. We can do it. And our peace schools gonna be zero payment, gonna be sharing. Teachers gonna be sharing. People that have money gonna purchase houses for teachers that gonna come from other places. We need Waldorf teachers that have a base, on Waldorf education for all elementary. And for the middle and high school, we can teach them. It's easy. But for preschools and elementary, we need those teachers that have a base on what that is. Outside learning games and things like that, we can teach as well. But we have a field that is helpful. Okay? All right, my friends, I really appreciate. So let's implement God practices in our planet, right? God, one God for every family of the whole country, of all countries of our entire humanity. One God, one Mother Nature, and one objective, for us to have a better humanity. Agreement done? Oh yes, sure, my friends. So I see you soon. Organize all your paperwork, get your one email ready, okay, and start doing. If you think you cannot help here in Florida or in Brazil, just start doing yourself, right? Have your one email ready to apply to your school, the school that you're applying to. Get the signature from those owners, right, for all private places, and get signature from the county, from the city, for those private places, and start implementing our program, okay? All right? So let's be strong, let's be healthy, let's be really happy, take a lot of sun, organic food, and we move on. I see you soon, my friends. I really appreciate. So there is one more thing about vaccines that I don't know exactly which ones, but I'm sure those cause problem. The same way as Roundup, it gives the person impotency. The man gives impotency because affect the brain, and I don't know exactly how it works, but I know that. They have heavy metals, the same way as Roundup and synthetic pesticides in general. So people that work in farms with those products, people that work with Roundup in different ways, pesticides in farmlands, all those people, they have impotency. I just don't know how it happened that we have so many gays in California once they eat a lot of organic food. So for that, I believe that's just evil practices. Evil got in there and, made bad things happen. The same as fire. Because the fires are from people having bad thoughts. But why they have bad thoughts to be gays or lesbians? Because they already have environment that's not good for it. Okay? And so that's not related to vaccines. But vaccines can also cause impotency for sure in the same way as Roundup. And some of them can also cause problem to birth defects, right? We already know that many different types of synthetic pesticides and herbicides cause birth defects. We know that, okay? All right. So just, my friends, do the best evaluation you do and have positive practices every single day. Even that we ask for people to run 5 days a week, run 7 if you can, of course, right? You have someone to watch that baby, you have someone to watch that toddler, run with the older ones and get that sun every single day, get your run every single day. Get your parents to live with you, close to you, so you can share time with those little ones, right? Those little children cannot run with us, okay? So even that on vacation days, you need to have your running time, okay? All right, my friends, be healthy and strong, and I see you soon. Okay, I just have an improvement. When I talk about hand washing, it's not that I never heard teachers talking about that. What they do is they motivate the children to use sanitizer. So the children don't rinse their hands, they use chemicals on their hands. They go to the cafeteria and eat the food because some they have to hold it, right, with their hands instead of washing soap and water. Okay, dear volunteers, dear families that are being registered, everyone needs to type about the department the best as possible until we have our website, right? Things gonna be ready, and then they just have to study and practice. But for now, that's how it is. And so, my friends, I really appreciate your attention. And please do the best you can, improve your life, help our organization. Please subscribe right now, that's very important. And share with everyone you know, okay? All right, so thank you so much for your participation, for joining our program and working to become a registered family. Great? All right, so see you soon. Thank you.